Okay, guys, calm down. All of you completed illustration number 9. Girls, Superma. Just I will write shortcut ma. So when it comes to the exam presentation, cost per unit calculation, in few problems they are expressing each and every overhead per unit. But when it comes to our presentation point of view, what we do, we will calculate total cost first, then we are dividing with the number of units. We will get total overhead cost per unit. That kind of presentation also there. But when it comes to the suggested answer, they provided each and every overhead cost per unit calculation also. Are you guys clear? I think in morning also a lot of students they calculated total overhead cost per unit. But you can observe the solution in your material. They expressed activity cost per unit. Problem number? Cost driver rates. What about the first activity? Activity man. Mission. Cost driver rate please. What more? Cost driver rate 1.7. What next activity? Ordering activity. How much more? 2 per order. What about next activity? Four. What next? Admin activity. Yeah. Cost driver rate 1241 point per. Next. Cost driver rate 31 per. That's it. Okay, then fine. Product names. P how many units more? 4,000. Q 13,000. 6. R 2340 units. Yes. 18. Just 350. Now mission cost total, please. Tell me one more. One person, please. Sit properly. Total. Apportionment ra. Nana mission used mission hours into cost driver rate. How much ra? 1 resound వల్ల నాకు ఏం అర్థం అవట్లేదు అసలు. 11,637. Someone tell me you only ra. Per unit ma divide by 4,500. 2.586. What about Q nana? 70,000. 17,006 per unit ma 1.293. What about R nana? Per unit ma. What about S nana? 1,26,542 per unit ma 6 point. Tell me the ordering cost nana. Total 876 per unit. 195. Q nana 3504 per unit. 0.257. Q 8 per unit. 0.374. What about S nana? 3504 per unit. 191. The last one. Okay. Setup cost total, please. 1284 per unit nana. 285. Q 77 per unit. R per unit 915. What about S nana? Per unit 56 only. Admin cost, please. 449 per unit. 1.6. Q total 18,621 per unit. R per unit 1 point. Yes, per unit 0.812. So if you apply your common sense, you have to put these entire values again in step 3. 2 times duplication will be happen. That's why few people do total per unit for per unit calculation of total cost. Now please tell me the totals now. One more is there. Material handling cost 1892 per unit. Q 9461 per unit. Screen, huh? Nana, call me. Here is available now. Okay. Came, huh? Ramesh. Camera, sorry. Per unit, please. 0.694. R Nana 2838 per unit 1.213. Yes, 11353 per unit 6. That's it. If you want, you can use total column also here. Totals, please. P total cost. How much more? 138 per unit. Q 927 per unit total 17. R 19663 per unit 8 point. Yes, 568 total per unit 9.077. It's just a presentation change only, Nana. Just not a concept change, it's just a presentation change. Now, if they ask total cost per unit means you have to consider these individual things also. Material cost is there. What about the material cost per unit? What more? Q again 12. 15. R 25. Yes. Labor cost per unit 8. I am not good at Hindi. 9. R. Yes. Now you got a prime cost. 20. Next. overhead cost per unit. Here you can use total as well as individual, but suggested answer also they presented individual points. Okay, now mission cost per unit how much ma? P 2.586, 1.293, 4.31, 6.896. Ordering cost, ordering cost per units 0.195, 0.257, 0.374, 0.191. Zero point two eight five. Five. One point. Next. Zero point. Then you will get total cost per unit 20. Next. Next. 60 point. Next. 55 point. This it. Are you okay? So what is the alternative solution we have? Instead of individual overhead cost per unit, you can take directly 5.142, 4.174, 8.403, 9.077 also. Clear? Illustration number 10 ma. So basic person question only. Only one not a difficult point. So few students will do mistake in one calculation only. Remaining all are just multiplications only. See, LP Limited has decided to analyze the profitability. It's 5 new customers. It trades bottled water. Per case purchase price 90 rupees. Direct cost? Direct cost only na? Okay. Listed selling price. Their point of view, listed selling price 108. But when come to the question, they provided individual selling price. Why? Because we have to provide trade discount na? Yes or no, sir? If they purchase bulk water bottles, we have to give discounts. Next, the data pertaining to 5 customers is as below. Sales number of units is given ma. 4,680, 19,688. Sir? Okay, names huh? Andrew, Steve, Chris, Donald, Elvis. Now when it comes to sales units ma, 4680, 19,688, 1,36,800, 71,550, 8,775. Actual selling price is given. Listed selling price is there, actual selling price is there. I said a point. If they purchase bulkly, you have to give discount. Now the actual selling price 108, 106.2, 99, 104.4, 97.2. Next, number of purchase orders is given, number of customer visits is given, number of deliveries is given, distance traveled per delivery is given, number of expected deliveries is given. Basically, I think that is expected. They are wrongly placed as expected. Now, when it comes to activities and their cost driver rates are given. Cost driver rates also directly given in the question paper. Order tracking 750 per purchase order. Customer visits 600 per customer visit. Deliveries 5.75 per kilometer traveled. Put a star for the delivery calculation. That only mistaking area. Why mistake, ma? Why we will do mistake? They provided 5.75 per kilometer traveled. Any activity is there? Kilometer traveled? Distance traveled per delivery is there. What you want? How you get that kilometer traveled means number of deliveries into distance traveled per delivery. So you have to consider the two things for calculation. Are you okay? Remaining all are same. You can multiply with cost driver rate, no issue. Clear, sir? Okay, then fine. Activities and their cost drivers, okay, completed. I think product handling 3.75 per case sold. That is nothing but number of units. Next, expediting deliveries 2250 per expedited delivery. So when it comes to expedited deliveries here, 4 customers 0, only 1 customer has a 1 delivery. It means for 4 members 0 is a cost. Clear, sir? Next, the point is, sir, compute customer wise profitability using ABC. The common sense you have to apply sales minus cost per unit, selling, sales minus total cost, total point of view. You will get profit. Are you okay? But the point you have to link that case 2 also here. What about the case 2, ma? Considering supply constraint 2,35,000 cases. Now please calculate total cases sold, ma. 4680, 19,688, 1,36,800, 71,550, 8,775. 2 lakh, but there is a constraint. They can supply only 2,35,000 units. Sir, clear, sir? Required units is 2 lakh. No. Total 2 lakh 41,000. But company had only 2,35,000 units. Are you clear? Now they're asking you have to decide, you need to eliminate one customer. So we can't say directly based on the value, with solution only we can express. Yes or no, no? But for the elimination of the customer is not easy for companies. Even single customer also they will adding value to the company, right? So if due to that customer if you have a loss, you can eliminate that person. But when it comes to calculation, after calculation you will get a clarity. Everyone give profits only. Sir, clear, sir? Then you have to say decision based on percentage of profitability as well as percentage of quantity sold. You have to consider the 2 points when you eliminating customer. Are you guys clear? Now how to calculate percentage of profit? Amount of profit divided by sales. Amount of profit divided by sales. How to calculate percentage of quantity? Individual quantity divided by total quantity. By considering the 2 points, you have to drop the customer. Hope you guys clear? That's why calculating amount of profit is not an ultimate agenda for us. With help of that, we have to calculate 2 things. What are the 2 things? Percentage of profit on sales, percentage of quantity sold in total sales. Guys, clear? Okay, then fine. Problem number? Sold units. Sold units, please. Sold units. 4680. 90. Sumant. 19,000. You are writing notes, huh? Good try. You are an excellent student. Tell me one girl, ma. 19688. 36,800. 71,550. E. 8,000. Multiply with actual selling price. Actual selling price, please. 108. 106.20. 99. 104.4. 97.2. You will get sales revenue. Sales. 5,05,440. $20 lakh. 19,90866. Chris. 1 crore 35. 43,200. Next, Nana. 7469820. What about E? 852,930. Less one direct cost is there, ma. Purchase cost 90 rupees, huh? Purchase cost at 90. Purchase cost, please. 4680 into 90. What, Nana? 421, 200. 17,71,920. One crore 23 lakh. How much? 12,000. Next. 64 lakh. E. 89,000. Super. So you can use a name called contribution, and also you can use a name called gross profit. Sir, clear, sir? Gross profit, please. What? Gross profit. What, ma? 2. Okay. 3 lakh. 18, 18,946. Chris. 31,200. 10 lakh 31,000. 30,320. E. Less operating fixed cost. What about the first one, ma? Order tracking. Per unit, how much? 7 point. Sir, the point value is not there, sir. That before value point is not considerable. Order tracking 750 per purchase order. Order taking, ra? How you track, ra? Oh, you said only, ra, that one. Order taking. So if you want, go with the working notes in down. If you don't want, you can tell me the answers. How many orders taking, ra? For A. Or rectify it. Wait a minute. Yeah, 15. Cost, ma? 11,000, 11,000. Okay, then tell me the remaining answers directly. 18,000. 750. Next. 20,000. Okay, next. 20. 22,500 third one. What about the fourth one? 18,750. That's why I said use working notes in everywhere. Okay. Next, when it comes to the last customer, 20,000. 22,500. Clear? What next, po? Customer visit cost. Per visit, how much, ma? For first customer, how many visits? 2 visits, huh? Remaining customers, please. 1,800. 3,000. Okay. 1,200. 1,800. Next cost, please. Delivery cost. So when it comes to here, first you have to figure out kilometer traveled. How you get kilometer traveled, ma? Distance traveled into number of deliveries. Tell me the first traveled calculation. 10 into 20, yeah? 10 into 20, you will get traveled. Next, 5 point. Cost, please. 1,000. 150. So don't neglect here. Next, please. Okay, tell me the cost value. 1,000. 1030. 1035. Next. 1720. Next. Okay, Nana. Third customer. 2,300. Fourth customer. Fourth customer. 3,450. Next cost, please. Product handling cost. Cost driver rate, ma? 3 point. Working note for first customer 4680. Cost please 17,550. Remaining 3 customer cost please 73,830. 5,13,000. 13,000. 2,68,000. 312. Round of value now. 313. What about the fourth customer ma? 32,906. Next. Don't do wrong calculations ma. Avuna. Solve and tell me. Next ma. But fourth customer has a cost na. What ma? 2. Tell me the total overhead cost ma. 31,150. Total overhead cost. Okay. 95,415. What ma? 5,41,000. 40,825. 29. What ma? 56. Okay. 62. 91. 906. Huh? Now you will get a profit that equals to gross profit minus total overhead cost. Profits please. Take time, no problem. Solve and tell me. 530,90. Second customer. 22,3531. 6 lakh. 6,90,375. Third customer nana. 7,757. Third customer just 274. Waste guy. Now this is not sufficient. So there is a basic concept in economics nana. If you want to express decision, value will not give a accurate decision making tool. Percentage only give a accurate decision making. Here, if you take an example of movies, you will get a clarity. For example, triple R, budget as well as revenue collection. You can take care of Kanjarpalli movie. They incurred around 60 lakh rupees. They generated 9 crore rupees profit. Sir, clear sir? When it comes to the numbers point of view, triple R shows the highest number. But if you calculate percentage, then you will get a real picture. Clear sir? That's why instead of profit rupees, they are using percentage of profit for decision making. Now, percentage of profit Percentage of profits, please. 63 point. That much of profit is not there. 10.50%. Second customer, 10.69%. Third customer, 5.09%. 5 point. Third customer, 9.90%. 0.03%. Next, when it comes to another point we have to consider when you are removing the customer. Percentage of quantity. Quantity divided by total quantity. Now we have to calculate one side total quantity. Total quantity, 2,41,000. 4. Okay. Now tell me the percentage of quantity sold. 1.93%, 8.15%. What Nana? 56.65%. 26.3%. Last customer, 3.63%. Now there is a clash between first customer and last customer. Profitability point of view, first customer had a more profit generating person. But when you come to the quantity point of view, నేను అడిగిన దానికి ఆన్సర్ చెప్పరా, నీకు వచ్చింది కాదు. So when it come to every business need, the person need to sold less quantity, he need to generate more profit. That's why we are not dropping first customer. Clear, sir? When it come to the last customer, he are selling more units only, but he generating less profits. That's the point we have to understand. Guys, clear? ఇప్పుడు చెప్తున్నాను ఇది అంటున్నా. 1.94. Okay. Clear? After completion of this, you have to write, you have to express the decision. The decision also sometimes they will give 2 marks. Sir, clear, sir? Let us take here point case 2. Dropping of customer should be last resort available to the business. Why? Because no one is ready to stop the customer. Why? Because he will add the value to the organization. If any supply constraints are emerging in near future, the decision to drop customer can be taken 2 grounds. What are the 2 grounds? Percentage of profitability, percentage of quantity sold in the total quantity. Profit percentage earned on sale to particular customer, future prospects of business growth and profitability increases for a particular customer, since Mr. Always is giving 0.03% of profit on a sale and taking only 3.63% of total quantity. So he can be considered to be dropped. Sir, clear, sir? If just with profitability if he expresses, he will not consider. He will remove at least 2 or 3 marks out of 7 marks. Why? Because nothing is there in the question. Just everything is calculation only, no? There is a no conceptual thing. Even foundation students also can handle this one. Sales minus cost. Yes or no, sir? Okay, then fine. Write down these points. This one completed, huh? Then case 2 answer, please. Write it down. What, Teja? Full. Simple terminology, no? So, dropping off customer not only based on amount of profit, you have to consider two things if there is a supply constraint. So, write down. Dropping off customer is not easy task for organization. But what no? Slow. But if there is a supply constraint, company can drop the customer. Under two valid reasons. Under two valid reasons. In down, use subpoints. For the first valid point, if percentage of profitability is less. If percentage of profitability is less. Second point. Second point. Percentage of quantity is more. Clear? Conclusion. What is the conclusion? Company need to drop Mr. LV because he generating 0.03% of profit. He generating 0.03% of profit and taking quantity of 3.63%. Are you okay now? Clear. Then come to illustration number 11 ma. Another exam standard model. Nothing new is there ma. But the point you have to understand, they will ask cost per unit on traditional approach point of view, cost per unit ABC point of view. Till now, what kind of problems we discussed ma? Only ABC. But when it come to here onwards, we have to compare the traditional costing system cost per unit and ABC cost per unit. Clear, sir? Now they will give different terminology ma. Absorption costing system, next traditional costing system, conventional costing system. They all are just what are the overhead chapter you learned in Inter. What are the predominant factors we have in overheads other than ABC? Predominant factors. I said 6. Mission hours, labor hours, units, direct material cost, direct labor cost. What ma? Prime cost. Clear na? Now read the question ma. Illustration number 11, December 24 attempted question. Sometimes they will ask comparison statement between traditional costing system and ABC costing system. Sometimes they will not ask, but you have to express. Guys, clear? A Limited is producing a product in 10 batches, each of 15,000 units in a year and incurring following overheads thereon. Material procurement, can I name it as called cost pool? Budgeted cost. Okay, then fine. Material procurement, maintenance, setup, quality control. So I want total. I want total cost pool. You will get clarity by I am calculating total. What mana? 51 lakh 79,003. Can I name it is called budgeted overhead? Budgeted overhead. When it comes to traditional costing system, I don't want activity cost. I want total cost. Next month. The prime cost for the year amounted to 3 crore 1,39,000 rupees. Okay. Hold it. The company is using currently the method of absorb overhead on the basis of with help of all predominant factor. Which predominant factor they are using? Prime cost. That is the purpose they provided prime cost. Now predominant factor means numerator value or denominator value? Denominator value. Now how to calculate overhead recovery rate? Budgeted overhead divided by budgeted predominant factor. What is the predominant factor? Prime cost. Numerator also rupees, denominator also rupees. You will get percentage. Sir, clear, sir? How much percentage, sir? On used prime cost, you have to consider 17.18% as a overhead cost as per absorption costing system. Sir, clear, sir? Next one. Now it wants to shift activity based costing information relating to activity driver for the year as under. Now, so just rectify here. It's not 150, it's 1500. Number of purchase orders 1500. Maintenance hours 9080 hours. Number of setups 2250 setups. Number of inspection 2710. Can I name it is called budgeted volume? Next, the company has produced, this is the actual, produced batch of, so in intro they said 10 batches, each batch 15,000 units. They don't want about 10 batches, they want about only 15,000 units, one batch related information only. Are you clear now? Next, for that 15,000 they incurred 26,38,700, 3,75,200 on material and wage respectively. So this is called usage, traceable cost. If you add in these two, what you will get more? Into 17.18% you will get overhead cost. Total you will get total cost per 15,000 units divided by 15,000 units. Completed case 1. Sir, clear, sir? Okay, then fine. The usage of activities for the said batch. What is the purpose? This is apportionment of overhead as per ABC. Usage volume. Usage volume. Hope you guys clear? Next. Requirement. Evaluate cost of product per unit on absorption costing basis for said batch. What the said batch? 15,000 units only. Assess the cost driver rate. This is the concept for ABC, no? Next, case 3. Analyze the total cost per unit of output of the said batch on the basis of activity based costing. That is nothing but step 2 and step 3. Apportionment and cost per unit calculation. Clear, sir? Problem number? Seven marks ma. December 24 attempt. What your attempt June? I hope you all can create sensation. I think. At my point of view, my expectation minimum 6 airs. I can't say names. If you trust yourself, maybe out of that 6, you are also is there. Trust yourself first. But my sincere suggestion, don't study for air. Study for qualification. Air is a bonus. Air is just a bonus. If you feel I want mandatory air, trust me, you will disappoint one day. Just focus on the exemptions and both groups. Congratulations. Sir, clear, sir. Why? Because in my journey, I observed lot of students, the disappointing students. Why? Because they day and night work for air only. The day and night they studied for air only. Few people will be there. They will listen classes. They will refer topics. They will fully chill mode. At the time of exams, 2 months before only, they will open. They will start their study mode. The student who are preparing daily basis continuously, he will stop at 2 months before. Why? Because if open his book, oh, this concept I know, this one I know. So no need of that much of study in initial days of the coaching. Just spend 15 to 20 minutes, that is sufficient. What are the points we learned today? Is it mandatory to work out or not? That kind of slow preparation will give boost up for end. If you start directly at the end, not possible. Then both groups converted into single group converted into one exemption. So after, if that paper is difficult, I will show next attempt. You can't show anything. The reason, I will tell reason also. The reason is simple, ma. At first attempt, you have a right to take a choice. Why? Because you are preparing both groups now. At that time, you can take any chapter as a choice. That will be worthwhile. But when come to the second attempt student, he can't take risk. He will learn each and everything. The భయం అనేది ఆటోమేటిక్గా క్రియేట్ అయిపోయింది లోపల. అమ్మ దీని నుంచి వస్తుందేమో, దాని నుంచి వస్తుందేమో అని. But when it comes to the first attempt, that kind of fear will not there. That is one of the success mantra for a lot of students. Okay, just spend 15 to 20 minutes on each subject, everyday basis. It will accumulate one day. Okay, come to the problem number 11. What about the case A, ma? CFR క్వశ్చన్ చదవడానికి చెప్తా, దానికి ఆన్సర్ చెప్పు. అలాంటప్పుడు ఇంకొక 10 మినిట్స్ యాడ్ చేసుకో. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు క్వాలిఫై అవ్వాలా, నేను క్వాలిఫై అవ్వాలా? టైం నువ్వు స్పెండ్ చేయాలా, నేను స్పెండ్ చేయాలా? అలాంటప్పుడు ప్రాపర్గా క్లాస్ విను. అవును సార్, ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ పాయింట్ విల్ బి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ క్లాస్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ నా. దెన్ వాట్ యూ నీడ్ టు డీకోడ్? Do you want any decode, Nana? Tell me. If you see that question first time, it will take hardly 30 minutes also. But already discussed in the classroom itself, na? When it comes to the case A, computation of total cost per unit. Sir, stop discussion, sir. Under స్టూడెంట్ లైఫ్ అలానే ఉంటుంది నాన్న. ఎవరు చెప్పినా ఎక్కదు, దాంట్లో తప్పు ఎదుగుతుంటాం, రైట్ ఎత్తకం. నువ్వనే కాదు, నేనైనా అలానే ఉన్నా ఆ టైంలో. తొక్కలే మాకు తెలియదు అయింది, నువ్వు చెప్పాలా? సీరియస్లీ. బట్ దట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ పాయింట్స్ విల్ నాట్ వర్క్స్ అట్ రిజల్ట్స్ డే. ఆ రోజు నుండి బాగుంది అనిపిస్తుంది. So when it comes to the cost, total cost per unit calculation, first we have to consider prime cost, right? Material cost, please. Material cost, Nana. 22 lakh, 26 lakh, 38,700. Wage cost nana 3 lakh, 75,200. Now you will get a prime cost. Prime cost, please. What Nana? 13. 13 lakh 13,900. Add what the name they given ma for that overhead. Absorbed overhead. Directly you can write that name. Absorbed overhead. At the rate of, we have to do working note for this, but we already calculated 17.18% on prime cost. You already know the actual prime cost. You have to apply that rate on actual prime cost. How much, Nana? 5 lakh 79,000, 17,000, 780, 780, 788. Now you can ignore that decimal values, Nana. No problem. Now I think you will get total product cost. Any other expenses is there? And then overhead only is pending one. We calculated that also. Total product cost. Please tell me the total product cost, ma. Prime cost plus absorbed overhead. 5 lakh 31,688. Now you have to divide with number of units. 15,000 units. Now what you will get as an outcome, Nana? Total cost per unit. $230.45. With this example, you will get clarity, Nana. Why we are using ABC? Why? Because obviously our 99% ABC system shows less cost per unit. Are you okay? As a company objective, do you want minimum cost or maximum cost? Minimum cost, that reflect in maximum profits. Sir, clear? For case 1, we have to do working note, Nana. What is the working note, ma? Calculating absorption overhead rate. Absorption overhead rate equals to so you have to express formula. What is the formula, Nana? Budgeted fixed cost divided by predominant factor. Budgeted overhead. Can I take predominant factor directly prime cost? Why? Because we know na budgeted overhead divided by prime cost. Now one point you have to understand, you will not get per unit here, you will get percentage. Now what about the budgeted overhead, ma? 51 lakh 79,300 divided by prime cost, Nana? 3 crores 1 lakh 30 Now please tell me the percentage of absorption. 17.18% on prime cost. Case 1 solved. You have to answer based on their questions only, ma. Even though you know the step 1, step 2, step 3. Based on their requirement only, you have to write the answers. Why? Because they're evaluating and they will give marks based on that requirement. Are you okay? Now what about the case B, Nana? Calculating cost to driver rate under ABC system. So they are not mentioned na common sense na cost driver concept only they are in ABC. Cost pool, cost driver, budgeted cost, budgeted volume, cost driver rate. Sir, why I am using uniformity presentation means I think here lot of students is there, they are taking coaching in different institutions. Few people will say one kind of words, few people will say another kind of words. For all the students consideration only, I am using this uniformity concept. Clear? So instead of cost pool, they are using a name called cost activity. Instead of budgeted cost, they are using a name called cost. So nothing is changed, just the terminology is the proper terminology, this one. Are you okay? Then fine na. What about the first cost pool ma? Material handlings. Cost procurement, huh? Cost driver for that. Number of purchase orders only, no? Budgeted cost no? 22 lakh 50,000. Budgeted volume no? 1500. Cost driver rate no? Again I think 1500. What about the next one ma? Maintenance. Cost driver is suitable. Maintenance hours. Budgeted cost no? 17 lakh 30,000. Budgeted volume 9080. Cost driver rate no? 90.5 per hour. What nana 3 5 3 Tell me ma. 190.53 per hour. What the next cost pool? Setup. Cost driver. Budgeted cost. What nana? 84,500. Budgeted volume 2,250. Cost driver rate. What ma? 30 2 bar 304.22. What the next one? Quality control. Cost driver inspection sir. Budgeted cost 5 lakh 14,800. Budgeted volume 2710. Cost driver rate 189.96. I consider all two after point. I consider two numbers only. You need this also consider two with round off with a third element. 96 or 97 190 190 exactly. Okay, you rounded up with 190, no problem. Per inspection. Clear ma? This is about case B ma. What about case C Nana? Calculating. They are asking cost per unit or total, both total cost and cost per unit, only cost per unit. Cost per unit. Calculating I am using a name here, total cost per unit Nana. Adena? Okay. Total cost per unit under ABC system. Even if you want to calculate cost per unit, first you have to figure out total. Okay, then fine. What's the first cost, Nana? Material cost. What about the total, Nana? 20? 6 lakhs 38,700 divided with 15,000, you will get cost per unit. How much more? 175.91. Wage cost Nana 3,75,200 per unit Nana 25.01. Add overhead cost. So here also you have to express element wise. What about the first overhead cost ma? Material order cost. So calculation part is what ma? Used orders into cost driver rate. Used orders into cost driver rate. Value please. 70 per unit ma? 4.8. Next cost ma? Maintenance cost. What is the cost driver here? Used hours. Used maintenance hours. Used maintenance hours into cost driver rate. 1,54,329 per unit Nana 10.29. If you observe this one ma, here I am solving for single product. In previous problem we solved for more than one product. Clear na? If more than one product, you have to consider products all. Next cost ma? Setup cost. So used setups, cost driver rate 12,160, 0.81. Next one, quality cost. Quality cost, used inspections into cost driver rate 4,749 per unit Nana. 0.32. What about the overhead cost per unit, Anna? Total overhead cost per unit? I missed ma. I not written prime cost. You have space, write the prime cost also. It's not a mistake. It's just a presentation error. For adding of material cost and wage cost, you will get prime cost. After that only we have to calculate overhead cost. Rectification is possible, rectify it. If not possible, just leave it. Anyone tell me the prime cost, Nana? 13 lakh 30 30 lakh 13,900. What about the per unit prime cost, Nana? 200.92. Now please tell me the overhead total cost, Nana. 2 lakh 43 247. What about the per unit total, Nana? 16.22. Now the outcome name is called what, Nana? Total. What about the total cost, ma? Prime cost plus overhead cost. 32 lakhs 57,147. What about the per unit total, Nana? 2 1. You can observe, if you follow ABC system, what about the cost per unit, ma? 217.14 for product. Yes or no? If you follow traditional costing system, what is the cost per unit, Anna? That's why companies are choosing ABC system. Even 1 rupee and 1 unit also big deal for companies. Why? Because their trading volume are huge in crores also. This is the only purpose they are using ABC system. Clear now? In this question they are not asked comparison statement, Nana. But when it comes to the solution of suggested answer also, some in a old syllabus problems, even though if they are not asking the comparison statement, they are express the comparison statement. Simple. Particulars, product names, traditional costing system point of view per unit total, ABC point of view total per unit. Now you have to express the difference. Clear, sir? Okay, then fine. So tomorrow I will show the presentation of comparative statement for next problem. For this not sufficient. Are you okay, sir? Okay, thank you.